set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. They go play action here on first down. And he'll dump this off to his running back, McCaffrey.
Get him, Coach, get him.
They give him a gain of 37.
So what's the old expression that quarterbacks like to use when they decide to throw the football? I'm looking for either a touchdown or a check down. And he took the check down on that play, and it worked almost to perfection.
First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey.
No.
A short gain there down to the 37-yard line. Tyrone Crawford in on the tackle.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
No.
Come on. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. He lost 4 there, and it's third down. Well, that last completion certainly not what they were hoping for, as now they'll try to convert on third. A shotgun snap for Newton. Now he's forced out left. He's got it for a touchdown. A great play there. 40 yards. And the Panthers are going to take a first quarter lead.
Touch the ball. You are there.
But after going through the progressions, it worked.
When you have plenty of people who can catch the football, you don't always have to go to your primary target, and sometimes that target is actually covered. Nice job coming off of that and getting it to someone who was open.
And the man out of the backfield gets in for the score. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. So Prescott of the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 24.
Here we go. Sliding. Check. 4 down.
Prescott now. And this one hauled in by Tavon Austin. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
46. Here we go, 46. Good. 26.
Prescott now from the 50. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he showcases the spin, a pretty good gain before he's taken down. It's a gain of 7, and it'll make it a 2nd down.
Get out. Here we go, 46. Here we go, 46.
Prescott. Looking for Austin, intercepted. It's Shaq Thompson here with a pick. And to the 40-yard line,
pass, he's a
that's where the
decent player.
return stops.
About to lock in on
They
the
didn't
boy.
exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
Football going back over to the Carolina Panthers here, and for Carolina, it's hard to fathom what went wrong with it. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. Tyrone Crawford in there to sack him for a loss of 6.
Mike's 54. Gun. Party now. Woo! Look at it.
On 2nd down, McCaffrey. And he'll get get this up to about the 40. It's a 6-yard pickup to get him back to the original line of scrimmage with 3rd down coming up.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Set. 180. Set hut. 133.
Throwing on 3rd down, Newton. And he will find the open man. It's DJ Moore. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. His first catch of the game, good for 11 and a 1st down. This is Newton off the play fake to McCaffrey. He'll drop it off to McCaffrey. And he showcased the spin, but couldn't do much else as he's wrangled down. It's a gain of 5, and that'll make this a 2nd down.
That's rock now. Right there. That's rock now.
Now Newton. He's going to air one out. It's caught at the 10.
Yeah, why are you letting him
An
go
excellent
quick for it?
pickup of 34 yards.
I don't think what we just saw there was any surprise, because when Christian McCaffrey came out of Stanford, we knew he was a threat running it and catching it. And any way you can get the ball in his hands, he wanted to do so. Personally, I thought he ran the best routes of anyone coming out of his draft class, and that included the wide receivers.
Last year, 80 receptions, also in the return game. He's a bit of a Swiss Army knife, isn't he?
He certainly is. Every which way you want to go, however you want to package him, I do think his running production will increase in 2018.
It fights him off. But in the end, the pressure too great, and he goes down. David Irving getting in there from his defensive tackle spot to snow him under for a loss of 4. It's 2nd and goal, but now all the way back at the 14.
Stop. You think that's not okay? It's a shame that you didn't know I ain't watching.
And caught left side, Olsen. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. A nice job to get 11 out of that pass play, but now they face a 3rd and goal.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
That's rock now. Great. Hey, get right there.
Running it here, Artis Payne. And he's going to
What
his way in for a Panther score. Cameron Artis Payne. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Panthers add on to their lead. Able to punch it in on 3rd down makes it easier for those guys on the sideline. They didn't have a 4th down decision to make.
Yeah, could you feel the exhale? Because they're already thinking ahead, as all the good coaching staffs do. Anticipating
already seen you doing it the wrong way,
they
so
already had it lined up.
nothing you can do that's
Never
gonna
even
make it
got
right.
to it.
And that'll carry over the
Shouldn't
back
have been doing
line
it
of
the
the
wrong
end
way,
zone
personally.
for a touchback. Here's the Dallas offense now, heading back out onto the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything, at least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Trying to shake off the interception, he'll look to throw. Oh, it's a screen pass, that's complete. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a 1st down.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
And he's got it up over the 40 to the 41. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Prescott on 3rd and 2. Flush to his right. Now he'll let it go deep. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Cowboys. Amari Cooper, 56 yards. And the Cowboys have cut it to within a score. They were already down 2 scores early. They needed something to try to stem that tide, and that certainly qualifies. A big play to get them in the end zone.
It qualifies indeed because, let's face it, they don't get something done on this drive, turn it back over, this game could be 88 and out the gate early.
What? 88 and out the gate?
Yeah.
What's that?
Well, listen, I used to hear my old man talk about it. Usually meant that thing's done.
Well, now that they got the touchdown, it's not 88 and out the gate. We still got a good game going ahead of us. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Carolina getting set to take the field. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. And he'll take this one up close to the 25-yard line. Tackle there by Leighton Vander Esch.
Come on now.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Come on.
Staying open.
2 minutes remain here in the first half. Back with more from Charlotte after this.
Let's rock now.
Four down.
On play action, Newton. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. The Panthers on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 8.
Let's rock now.
From the gun, here's Newton. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
And I feel like my man, Old Mo, momentum might be changing jerseys right now. How about what they just got done? They scored a touchdown their last drive. Now here's a 3 and out. Maybe momentum's getting ready to creep to the other sideline.
So here we go. The offense is going to stay out there. They're going for it on 4th and 8.
3 down.
Right to the 3. Set. 780.
They are going to go for it. It's Newton. And he finds a man. It's Olsen. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 21 yards there. A big play on 4th down.
Come to my world. We want it. Come to my world.
Gun.
Tight dog. Check. 55.
Gun.
55 to Mike. Good. Watch the twist.
Gun. Let's rock.
On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Let's go. 20. Gun. Hey. 20.
To throw on second down is Newton. Got a man right side, it's McCaffrey. Touchdown, Carolina. A great effort there with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Panthers add on to their lead. That'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here of the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. So out come the Cowboys now as their offense gets set to take over. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
Let's go. Get out.
A first down throw for Prescott. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. Well, some news that gave us a chuckle, and we could all use that around the holiday season. Josh Johnson, a great story. He was back home in Oakland when the Redskins called to see if he'd like to join him for the remainder of the season. So how did he get to know his new teammates? Well, what did he do? He turned to the Madden game, Charles.
Yeah, and that's how you learn who they are, right? Learn what...
It got his man complete. Yeah, he's going to get this deep on the Carolina side of the field. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. Line of scrimmage moves from their own 25 all the way to the red zone now for 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Prescott. Austin's got it left side, and he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. This is 1st and goal, and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. On the sneak, it's Prescott, and he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. Dak Prescott, as the first half is winding down, and the Cowboys draw a bit closer. Extra point splits the uprights, and they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. On the return, it's Kenyon Barner. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. Here come the Panthers now, set to take over on offense. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Likely time for one final snap as they start out 1st and 10.
Great. Hey.
Check. Watch.
Hey. Do something.
Motion.
Do something.
Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. And that'll set them back 5. Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15.
Side on the right.
Hey.
Hey. Go. 8.
And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already.
Ready? 180.
Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Face.
Gun.
Mike by 4. Mike by 4.
Do some.
See what you got.
Hey. 20.
A final shot before the break. Newton taking a shot into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off Byron Jones. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. So it's halftime here in Charlotte with the Panthers out on top. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports halftime report. Coach? And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Out come the Cowboys now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. And we have seen a lot on the scoreboard here in this quarter. So sometimes you talk to me about tendency breakers on offense. These defenses struggling. Are there tendency breakers on defense?
All defensive coordinators keep something in their hip pocket for these types of situations. What can we do to slow down the onslaught? But the biggest thing is making sure these guys encourage each other, pick themselves up, because right now it's been a really tough ball game trying to stop these offenses.
Oh, it really has, especially as of late. So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Prescott from the gun. Completes it right side to Cooper. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. A gain of 6 there on first. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
46.
Out of the gun, here's Prescott. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands. Guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Prescott yet again. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Thomas Davis. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line. Well, partner, like we always do this time of year with the holidays here and me happy for once. I want to say happy holidays to you, to your family, and to everybody out there in Madden land.
I like how you said that. Before I do go on, though, happy holidays to you, your family, and everyone out there in Madden land as well. And hope that they're safe and they're happy and successful holidays for all. But as you said, happy for once. Usually you're kind of a Grinch this time of year. What's going on?
Yeah, well, my heart grew 3 sizes this winter.
I love it. I love it. Gotta get you some new clothes to accommodate that big chest.
But enjoy the holidays, everyone. Eat, be merry, enjoy your family time. That's Samuel, caught left side. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme, and you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try to cover the whole field.
Jalen Smith, the Notre Dame man, in on the tackle.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Gun.
From the gun on 3rd down, Newton. And he finds a man. It's McCaffrey. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks.
gun. Gun, gun.
Watch tight. Tight ends right.
You're gonna set. 180. Back.
From the red zone now, Newton. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete. Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game, and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, third quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot. But they have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall.
Newton, flushed out right. Newton able to use those legs and get past the marker to pick up the first. So an instance there of Cam being Cam. We know he can use his legs.
And with that big body, it's hard to get him down even if you get a clear shot on him. Plus, he moves it a lot faster than what people think. Boy, does he have fun playing the game of football.
He'll get it up the middle. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up second and goal. They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on second and goal. Newton now to throw. Being chased out left. And we're back now in Charlotte. It's the Panthers out in front and in control of the football as well as we begin quarter number 4. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on third and goal? McCaffrey. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Give him a couple on the run there, and now they're in that in-between area here on fourth and goal. So on fourth down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to make it a 2-score game. Kick is right through. And that will extend their lead even further. A big one there. That gives them a little cushion and makes it a 2-score game.
Yeah, bled a little time off the clock, put some points on the board. It's not totally out of reach yet, but it has to feel pretty good to them right now because as a defender, you go out on the field and say, guess what? You can put some points on the board, but that won't beat us.
This is fielded at the goal line. And nowhere to go. He'll make it back only to the 5-yard line.
Well, not exactly a banner return, so he doesn't give his offense a whole lot of room to work with. They've got to go a long way now to try and score some points. I do know this from experience. There will be a few comments muttered his way by the offense as they head out on the field.
He'll go 46, 46.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he gets this one just shy of the 35 to the 34. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game. Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. Prescott on first down.
What the God?
Amari Cooper, his intended receiver, and that'll bring up second down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. A second down throw for Prescott.
Bruh.
They get there and take him down. Julius Peppers in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10. Third and long for Prescott. Buying time to his left. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted.
That is bull.
Dante Jackson picks it.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
Now following the interception, here's Newton. Rolling to his right. Oh, look at Thomas wide open. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. They give him a gain of 38.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the fourth, and boom, he's on the mark.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and look like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this. They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal.
22, 20%. You're set, ready? That's rock now.
He's going to get it running right. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. Now this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here.
Gun.
Newton to throw.
So JV.
Touchdown, Carolina. Devin Funches. A 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Panthers are able to grow their lead. Extra point try good by Gano. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17.
I think the battery died. I think it say the battery died.
Kick this one away. Jackson now to return. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. And now
Gay
Dallas
this
gets
game
set
away.
to take the field. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Just get out of here. We'll do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. A gain of 32 that time. Prescott looks to throw on first. Drops it underneath. Elliott. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and it'll be a 2nd down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Prescott, he's going to let it flop, and this is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. Cole Beasley, 42 yards, and the Cowboys cut into that lead.
And that touchdown puts us in a position to have a discussion, doesn't it? Now it'll be a 2-score game after the conversion.
Yeah, I mean, there's no doubt with a 2-score game they're going to have to onside kick it. We'll just see if they've got a miracle up their sleeve.
And you wondered what onside kicks they're going to use and in what sequence if they hope to have a chance to win this game.
Tough there, good pass, hit the hands, he just couldn't bring it in.
And every receiver's coach everywhere. Seeing that play, focus, focus, focus. Watch it all the way in and tuck it away.
An incredibly short kick fielded way up there. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Here are the Panthers now as their offense comes back out onto the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Newton's going to throw it. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A gain of 32 that time.
Here we go.
And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because they'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game.
Having fun at the game, old boy.
The defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
And that's on me, baby.
Here on first down. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off Byron Jones. And he returns it up just shy of the 20 to the 19-yard line. Two-score game here in the fourth, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a two-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on it and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
Switch and A.
Watch 89. Watch 89.
Switch and A.
Following the interception, here's Prescott. Now a desperation throw deep. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way down to the 9. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game. Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a first and goal situation.
Everyone's got 4 down.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Eluding the pressure right. And this is caught. So it's a late touchdown, but maybe too late. Still a little time left on the clock, however. Coming from where they were, they knew this was going to be tough, but they got the touchdown. Now they need the miracle, the onside kick and a little extra.
Yeah, and you have to get the onside kick and not have the ball bounce around a lot and eat up time. You want to be able to grab it, possess it, and get your offense out there for what you just termed a miracle last chance.
They'll let Elliott try and run it in. And he'll get into the end zone as the two-point conversion is successful. And with just inside of 10 seconds to go, they'll burn their final timeout. 9 seconds left.
You're so damn lame, boy.
In this situation, you should have time for the onside kick and then at least one play. And this is going to be recovered by the hand team.
So,
should just about put a cap
sorry,
on this
shit,
one.
boy.
They had to go for it with no time remaining, though. Now this one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day.
Now I make you wait.